Ellen Knuckman of Agora Financial joins us now for the weekly options alert before we get to your trade of the day. Let's get your trader talk, Ellen.
Well, though it does take a lot of energy, let's never get tired of these comeback climbs that we've seen in the markets over and over and over again. Optimism wins.
It's a buying opportunity.
Right, and it's more important to talk about the strategy that gets us here, and that's what these plays do.
All right, so let's take a look at some of your WPI trade trackers. What are you watching here?
Well, so we've got some June positions we want to talk about that go off the board on Friday. Now let's talk about the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is the options we buy expire worthless. That's what's probably going to happen in Micron. Now that's a stock that dropped 30%, and this option that we bought was a $450 loss. So talk about the strategy there, limited risk and able to participate. But then we can look at the next position, JD.com. JD.com has had a big comeback. It was at 29 yesterday, so we've got the $25 call, so we're right back near break even. That's the power of options, being able to ride through the ups and downs.
You have been on such a hot streak, so the fact that things are cooling off here and there, to me, not that bad.
Not that cool.
And I don't say that to a lot of people.
We're very close to the highs once again. Now let's talk about Cisco for June. We sold half of the position when it did make those new highs last week, and we've got the other half of the position left. We'll see where we are by Friday, but things are looking great there.
We still have time.
And we still have time, exactly.
Moving on to some of your July positions.
July seems like a long ways away. 30 days of time there. Intel, we're very close to 50% target there. Verizon's going nowhere, stuck right in the middle between 55 and 60 at that 57.5 level, waiting for some action. Qualcomm did have a breakout yesterday, made new 2-month highs, so we're doing great there. We'll see if it can fill in that gap at 80. Merck yesterday got very close, this close to 100% profit after selling the first half at 50% because it's making new highs there. And Target, we took half of that off the table last week. 89 high last week. The 90 high from September is still the target, so we'll see what happens here in the near term.
Your WPI trade trigger, you're jumping into a bowl of chips.
Chip dip. There's another example, like you talked about. Buy when things look bad. So AMD had sold off for 6 days in a row. We jumped in on this. We're looking at the AMD calls for August. August has 60 days of time. Only costs about $75 more than buying the July option. So when in doubt, buy more time. So that stock has come back to the range where it traded between 25 and 30 for many months. And we're going to look at that 30 level as a weekly support, and it tested it and rejected it. So it's looking at the August $27 call. Now, this is a stock we've been killing it. If you go back and watch the tapes, we did so in February, in April, and last fall as well. So this is a stock that moves and gives us great payoffs. With those modest moves in the underlying stock will give us some big payoffs in the options.
Before you take off, your trading floor takeaways.
Try to make it very simple. For me, it's all about price, and the smart money, following the smart money, but watching to see how the price reacts. So for me, it's important to see what doesn't happen sometimes, and we didn't have the stock market have a sustained sell-off when we've had all this instability. We've had a full V recovery in probably the most unstable time that I've seen when we talk about politics and policy when it comes to the market. So it's very simple. 1, 2, 3. The first thing I want to talk about is the S&P. We're 1% away from the all-time highs. The Dow, number 2, 2% away from all-time highs. And tech, even though it looked like a wreck, tech has taken off one more time. Now we're only 3% away from all-time highs. Follow the price, and that should lead the way for you.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.